So, what is a DAO Punk? I own a DAO Punk NFT and I love it. However, I think being a DAO Punk is more than being a holder of an NFT. When you go to DAOpunks.io, the first thing you see on the landing page is, "We blaze trails. We build bridges. A better world awaits. DAO Punks lead the way." Below that, in big red letters, it says, "Corporate Punk to DAO Punk." And the mission statement below that says, "DAO Punk's mission is to enable humans to liberate themselves from the soul-sucking drudgery of default world work and lead them to the rewarding, expansive freedom found in meaningful DAO work. DAO Punks blaze new trails, leading others to fertile promised lands where they find opportunity, meaningful work, community, and untold abundance. We build bridges, we blaze the trails. With openness, we invite others to join us. Together, we go further. A better world awaits. DAO Punks lead the way." So that's the mission statement, right? And part of the mission statement that really resounds with me is enable humans to liberate themselves. A huge part of Web3 and crypto is decentralization and personal sovereignty. Neither of these is achieved through a centralized authority or power structure. Liberty is achieved through both individual drive and community support. Going back to my origin story above, I grew up around punk rockers. I had no choice. Being punk was ingrained in my upbringing. So a huge part of punk rock is the anarchy symbol. The Sex Pistols wrote the popular song Anarchy in the UK, and they toured all the unpopular cities in middle America like Tulsa and Omaha, bringing punk rock to a latchkey kid youth culture. Bands all throughout the 80s punk scene like Exploited, Black Flag, Fear, Dead Kennedys, Circle Jerks, Bad Brains, JFA, and many others, they freely used the anarchy symbol. And every symbol with a skate punk scene and skatable drainage ditches had anarchy symbols spray painted on them. What did all this mean? There was no central authority that declared a punk movement. There was no leader in punk. The very meaning of the word anarchy means without ruler. In Greek, the word anarchia is broken up down into an, which means no and not, and archaea, which means ruler. So literally the word means without ruler. So if you want to stretch that to decentralized, well, I'm okay with that. However, many people see the anarchy symbol and they see it as chaos or social disorder. Some philosophers such as Thomas Hobbes see anarchy as without government. So as a result, it must assume that there's no governance. I do not personally share this view. In nature, we've seen that there's an underlying force that all natural beings fall into, such as the Fibonacci sequence. For example, in native tribes, we've seen communities thrive without central authority figures at the helm. As a personal experience, I've seen DIY skateboarding communities build amazing concrete structures and ditches that many have enjoyed. They're a constant work in progress and reveal a story of mistakes and successes by building out in the open, much like a lot of our open source developers, right? So in many cases, some of the best concrete skate park builders had their start making DIY spots. New types of tricks are born out of the blemishes of the imperfect. Most of the DIY builders are anon and they prefer to stay that way. You can visit the spot and most of the time you're welcome, but you need to respect the spot and the builders. There are rules, but no rulers. Don't leave trash. Don't move stuff around. Don't wax stuff that's not yours. And if you begin to come on a regular basis, be sure to get to know the other locals and help build. Over the years, DIY spots come and go. The transitory nature of DIY spots is both the beauty and the curse of them. You fall in love with them, and then once you feel at home, they get bulldozed. You just have to love the DIY spots for the imperfect, creative mess that they are. DIY spots are a community. DIY culture is one of the reasons I still skate, and DIY is punk. Bringing this back to DAOs, we're now experimenting with decentralized communities built with code at the center that we call decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs. So working in a DAO is working in a community. As illustrated above with the DIY skate spots, working in a community also means that there are rules to follow to be a part of that community. Part of the DAO Punk ethos is blazing trails. Get out of the established structure. Liberate yourself from the drudgery of soul-sucking work. Join the community. Build something meaningful with others that everyone will enjoy, and use that experience to become a better person.